It is always great catching up with my next guest. Andre Ewell is going to be back in action. UFC Fight Night next Saturday, December 18th. He's taking on a fellow countryman of mine, Charles Jourdain. Andre, how's it going, man?
Pretty well. Definitely well on my end. And, shout outs to my opponent, Charles, especially since, he is homemade bread from where you guys at. But nothing but love to that guy, and can't wait until see him in the cage next week.
And if people are wondering why this fight is taking place, you've actually moved up to featherweight. I was looking at your record. I know you fought at featherweight before. You've also fought at flyweight. Is this a permanent stay at the 145-pound division, do you think?
Definitely permanent. And I know they said flyweight. I have never fought at flyweight.
No? So they got it wrong. I'm trying to, I think it was, it might have been on Wikipedia or something. I think they had it wrong. It said flyweight debut. Because I was going to say, you're a pretty big guy, man. I don't know how you'd make the weight.
I will never make 25, and I know it's been a discussion in the gym multiple times. But I felt like I'm hoping you guys are just joking because there's no way I'm making it down there. And
we got to get that edited up, man, so people don't make that mistake. That's why I got to talk to the source here and make sure it's all good.
Yeah, and a few times at 45. One of the opponents was against Juan Archuleta, which he just fought last weekend with a mean knockout. So shout out to that guy. I was up there, front row with my boy Jalen and the team and everything. So we're able to watch that face or up front and front seat and everything. So points to that guy.
Cool. That's awesome. What did you learn the most in those last two fights? Obviously, you're in a new weight class now, but you always take away more from a loss than a win, so to speak.
Definitely. From the two losses that I ended up coming off of, it's one of those situations, you kind of got to take the bullet where it hits type thing, and with that, I can literally argue for both of the fights, but the first one, it's like I stated, don't jump out of your pocket of what you're used to. I went for a takedown, I got caught, I lost a round, and it was a round that I was winning. And it's literally, I don't know how that changes the world and people's mind of the last 10 seconds of a flash knockdown to whatever the case is. But it is what it is when it happened. That second fight is, you don't know what not the judge, but the ref is looking at, or you don't know how they end up seeing it, because I felt that I was good. People that know me knew I was good. People that was watching the fight that even argued up my case felt that I was good. But, at the end of the day, it's the ref, so I can't really take points off of anybody or even my opponent's performances and everything.
Yeah.
My thing is don't get caught, don't get stupid, but at the same time have fun and enjoy what I do. So that's definitely what I took out of it, and I am moving up on a whole weight class, so everybody ends up getting to see what I'm actually great at and what I love to do.
And it's a great opportunity, man. Charles Jourdain, I've been watching this guy fight in Canada since he fought on the TKO circuit. I was actually at one of his fights almost 2 years ago, actually. I think, or no, more than that. It's 4 or 5 years ago. He fought on that TKO card. It was the Champions card. He was the main event. He ended up losing to TJ Laramie, but really exciting fighter. Just first, before we talk about the style matchup, just how excited were you to get him as an opponent?
Definitely excited. Just factors in that I called him out last year. I watched one of his fights, but I was watching him since when he beat Korean Superboy. When he ended up beating him. I was definitely watching that fight because I was a fan of Troy the whole time. And then when he beat him, it was one of those, put him on the map. And then more that I end up seeing him, it's kind of his style definitely will match up with my style. And I think I would have a fun fight with him. It's going to be explosive. He's explosive, I'm explosive. So if you get those two together, it should be nothing but fireworks, So, so I was already, like I said, I was already a fan of his style. Then I called him out then, and it's just funny how it comes to fruition type thing. The whole nine. So when they brought it to my table, they already knew not to actually bring it to me, just send me the contract. So that was basically
you're like, I'm good. Just send it right. Just give my digital signature. We're all good to go, man. It's fine.
100%.
So. And then how do you look at this fight from a style perspective? I mean, this has fight of the night written all over it. I don't think there's much more to say than that, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And if not only that, it could probably end up stealing the whole year of all the fights throughout the years. I feel like it'll leave it into the moment because I'm gonna be treating every round like it's the first round. So I feel like the fans will end up wishing that there was an extra 2 rounds to the fight. but granted, that it might not even go that long. I feel like it's going to be a bonus type fight, and I feel like I am definitely going to have my hand raised on the situation with this opponent. And I know he feels the same way, but this is my show, and I'm telling him and letting him know it's my show. It's just how I got to go with it.
And you mentioned your buddy Jalen Turner. Who else are you getting to work with as far as bodies in the gym for this fight?
He ended up bringing Jalen brought one of his coaches, Ozzy, that was in his corner last. Be able to pick his brain and see how Russians end up running things and how their mentality kind of like flows. You end up getting a whole new vibe to the game. And since he brought him in, he had like a few of his fighters out there. They also came in, so I ended up getting like good work with that. A few other new coaches came back, and I even amped up on my whole conditioning and strength and conditioning. So I have been kind of moving in a different direction, but at the same time, keeping things the way that it was. Because, like I stated, argument's sake, the last two fights were basically off of my little small minor hiccups. Right. Nothing they did. It was me, If I didn't do the little extra takedown, I win the round, I win the fight. It's like one of those things. And then it follows up in the last one. If I didn't circle it, I would have been kind of more aggressive instead of waiting. You wouldn't, referee wouldn't have to feel like he had to jump in. Or hell, if the ref would have just allowed me to play it out, things could end up being different, which I feel like he knew that. And I think that's why when Acosta and Adrian fought the next fight, that he kind of like let that one go a little bit, a little bit longer than it had to. But
right.
Which another thing, shout out to Acosta, he's fighting this weekend. Randy, my boy, I'm always gonna be rooting for him. So, end up doing work this week, brother.
Love it. Who's gonna be in your corner for this fight?
Same people, brother, cousin, and Tony. So okay. We're gonna end up running this, and we're gonna run it until the wheels fall off.
How much better is it not having to cut to 35? Like, is the weight cut even like a factor in this fight? Like, you just sort of focus on the fight, or I know you got to cut a bit of weight, but still, it's got to be nicer not having to cut those extra 10 pounds.
Oh, it's 100%. Because it's 100% like that. Because like I said, everybody that always make like these like super comments about me, like, "Oh, Dre, man, you feel good, you feel strong, da da da." I'll be at 45 when they say this, right?
Right. Yeah.
This is where that like the mind like blows and goes like, "Shit, I still got 10 more pounds to go," So it's like, fuck, I still got to cut, and then I get to rehydrate. But I rehydrate up about roughly the same weight that I, people sit there and said I felt good at, but now. It's like me cutting to 45. It's me going to be feeling strong, and then me rehydrating. It's still going to be me being strong. It's going to be me being myself. So me not have to cut the extra weight. Me don't have to worry about me throwing up to make weight, or me not able to hold anything down and actually able to eat. Big difference. Big turnaround. Big, big smile to my face. So hey, it's a win-win.
Hold up a sec. You threw up, or was that every fight you would throw up?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Man, fight, that's brutal.
Yeah, it'd be like 3 weeks out. Because I ended up like changing the factors in what I eat and what I intake and everything. So when that happened, my body wouldn't allow anything or wouldn't be able to hold anything. So it was me gagging and stuff like that. So I was only able to basically eat what I was able to eat, and 9 times 10 I had to be like oatmeal. And, oatmeal runs through you type ordeal. It'll be like little boiled eggs, but it'll be half of the boiled eggs, whatever the case. So I had to end up doing a lot just to make it down there.
Good. Well, glad to see you don't have to do that anymore, man. That's brutal. Absolutely. Like, usually if I'm throwing up, it's because I've had too much to drink. But, in your case, you're trying to make 35. That's nuts, man. I had no idea that was the case. So that's crazy. I know you feel like you're going to get your hand raised. Otherwise, why sign the contract? But how's this fight playing out on December 18th? How do you envision it going down? Because you always I got to give you credit. You always give me a good quote when it comes to a fight prediction. So I have to ask. I'm prefacing that.
I felt that from all the way over here. I end up feeling like it's going to be definitely a first rounder. But again, I'm going to treat every round as if it's my first round. So if anybody talks to me at the end, I'm going to tell them that I told you so. It was the first round. So, I definitely end up seeing it's not going to be a type of submission. It's going to end up being on strikes. And I feel like he's going to try to basically initiate a whole takedown, and that's where it's going to end up being his downfall in my books.
Do you know how many more fights you have left in your contract? I was trying to remember. I feel like you have a few, don't you? Or is this second last one?
I got three more.
I got three more. Oh, nice.
Yeah, after this one, I should end up renegotiating anyways. Just factors in that I moved up, so everything needs to be fresh.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so if you have 3 fights left, is that including this fight, or is that after this fight you'll have 3?
Including this fight.
So, okay, got you. So you must have signed a new deal 2 fights ago then, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, that kind of figured as much. And my last question, we got the holiday season coming up. I know the focus is on December 18th, but any plans for the holidays, in terms of after this fight?
Spending time with my boy, take him to the light show for Christmas and stuff like that.
Nice.
Basically take him Christmas shopping. So now I don't have to worry about, basically a relationship type thing. So I get to basically put everything on him. So I'm going to spoil the hell out of him. And besides spoiling him, then I'm going to be going on vacations and trips and being prepared while I train, while I'm going all of these places. I'll be going.
Where are you going on? Where are you going on vacation?
I know Brazil,
TBA?
But no.
Oh, you're going to Brazil? Really? That's cool.
Yeah, Brazil. But I know that's for the festival that they're having, so that's a little bit time pushed back. But before that, I will be going. I'm gonna try out going to Texas. To go out there, Florida, to go visit my manager and everything, which he also has a wedding coming up, so he already knows I'm coming out to do that. And then I know that I've been thinking of traveling to Switzerland / Italy, so it's one of the two I want to end up doing. But now the question is it going to be before Brazil or after Brazil? So I got to end up flipping a coin on these.
Cool, good stuff. Featherweight fighter and world traveler by the sounds of it here. Andre Ewell, everyone. Looking forward to it. It's UFC Fight Night next Saturday, December 18th. You can't miss it. Andre, always appreciate the time, man. We've been doing these since, I think, before after your CS title fight. You've been in the UFC for a while, man, so that's nothing to sort of look down on. But just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, I'll give you the last word.
Hey, you already know Day42, spelled DAII42. Definitely follow me on Instagram. I would tell you all the other ones, but right now it's my Instagram. I want that following to automatically shoot up, And shout out to basically just my team. Everybody knows Team Ewell. You already know how we end up doing it and how we're going to be pushing forward and how we're going to take over. The gym family, you guys are always awesome. Nothing but love, and love you all. And then obviously thank you, Jay. So thank you for bringing me on. As always, it's nothing new when it comes to this, man. Appreciate you having me.